Hi, my name is Julia, and this is my Bcm325 Project Beta. As a refresher, my digital artifact is an exploration of the different facets of cyberculture, especially cyberpunk, through digital picture edits uploaded onto social media. I've made an account on Instagram. At the suggestion of my peers, I've also made an account on TikTok to share these edits with a public audience. My visual and oral style when making my cyberpunk edits is inspired by Bruce Sterling's interpretation of the genre. It is crammed, loose, rapid, dizzying bursts of novel information, sensory overload that submerges the reader in the literary equivalent of the hard rock wall of sound. So far, I've had some great engagement on both platforms from which I can draw some conclusions about what is and isn't working. So let me show you each post individually to explain what I've learned so far. So my first digital edit was called Wires, and it was about transhumanism, specifically cybernetic organisms or cyborgs. The concept was that the wires running through the cyborg's body were like synthetic nerves sending electrical signals to the brain. The featured subject is Motoko Kusanagi from Ghost in the Shell, and the song I used on TikTok in my Instagram story was We Appreciate Power by Grimes. It's a track about the singularity and cyberculture in general. This post had the best engagement of the three so far, though it's worth noting that it was the first and has been up the longest. The amount of profile visits is the most significant number. I feel that this may be because I spent a lot of time networking and engaging with other pages about similar topics during this startup period, so I'll definitely be trying to do this again in the future. My next post was called Artificial, which is about transhumanism again, and this time, though, it focuses more on androids and artificial intelligence. My concept was the mass production of artificial life in a factory and determining whether we consider androids human. I chose to feature a generic android concept art from the game Detroit Become Human, and the song I used is Poppy's Time Is Up, which is a song where the singer takes on the persona of an android AI waking up in a factory for the first time. This post has so far received the least engagement, and I'll talk about why I think this has happened with the next post, where I made adjustments to try and replicate the success of my first edit. So the last post I've made so far is called Simulation. It is totally inspired by The Matrix, and it explores the idea of simulated reality in cyberspace and the singularity. I featured a fan art of the three hackers from the movie Neo, Morpheus, and Trinity, and I also included a small reference to the anime series Akira that partially inspired the creators of The Matrix, and someone actually recognized this in the comments. Um, Although it has been up on my page for significantly less time than the other two, it is performing much better than my second post. I think making edits that feature popular characters and references to pop culture that many people can understand will perform the best, so I'll continue to make posts like these. This edit has also been accumulating engagement on TikTok much faster than before. This is likely because I used the hashtag FYP or For You page for the first time, which upon exploring TikTok for a bit, I discovered was a very popular hashtag. So continuing on with my DA, I aim to post at least one edit per week leading up to the final essay, and I'll be using references and assets that are more familiar to a mass audience, and I'll be working on my TikTok networking and growth skills. And if anyone has any suggestions about that, I'd like to hear them. Some topics I hope to cover in my next posts are general cybernetics, the singularity in more depth, as outlined by Nick Bostrom, and Hans Moravec's ideas about human identity and the possibility of uploading consciousness to a computer. So thanks so much for watching, and that's all.